Hi guys, welcome back to Spoon Feeding Profits. Today I want to share with you a few items that I sold within the past few days. So I've come to the conclusion that listing every day is so crucial for eBay success. Um, if you've watched my past two videos, you'll hear me say that I've been doing a lot more listing recently. Like for the past 2 weeks, I haven't skipped a beat. I've been listening every day except Sundays. Sundays, I take for myself. Um, but every day other than Sunday, I've been listing a minimum of 10 items a day. And not only is not only am I having sales every single day, but I notice I've been selling a lot of items that I've had for a long time, right? I've had a lot of items for a while. I mean, close to a year, over a year, and I'm starting to sell them. I noticed it since last week, but this week it's been even more. For example, the last 3 days or so, I sold 5 items already within the last 3 days that I've had for a long time, like about a year or so. So, I wanted to start this video by saying, list, guys. Sourcing is fun. Sourcing is really fun, but if you want the best results, I guess, on eBay, listing every day is going to be crucial, right? So let's get into this video. Let me show you a few items that I've sold within the past few days. Yeah, so let's get into it. Let me just enlarge the screen really quick. All right, so the first item, guys, I'm going to start you off with a home run, okay? So I show this item in a haul that I did not that long ago. Within the past month, I did a video haul, and you would have seen this item that I picked up at a thrift store. I remember paying $2.25. I don't know. I remember seeing that. I don't know much about it. I just did a quick research on eBay and I saw them going for about 30 bucks, I think is what I said. But this one was in excellent condition, and when I checked it up and I saw someone sold one just like it, right? And I think they sold it for about 30 bucks. But I'm an high achiever, I guess. And this was the only one like it. I didn't see any other active listings like it. So, of course, I priced high. I went to $99 plus $12.95 shipping. And I was just gonna test it out of that price, right? Because like I said, the one that sold for 30 wasn't in the best condition. So the first day I noticed I had a watcher. I had somebody watching, and then by the next day I had like 3 watchers. So I'm like, interesting. So of course I left the price. And guys, before you know it, I think it took about 3 weeks altogether, and I sold it. I sold it for $99 plus $12.95 shipping. That was crazy. So, all the information that's in the title, 1980, 355 milliliter Korean Coca-Cola bottle, all that info is actually on the bottle itself. So, actually, I know that this was Korean because the previous listing that sold that was identical to this one said Korean. So I figured that guy knows what he's talking about. So I put Korean. But everything else is on the bottle. If you notice, 355 milliliters is right there. 1980, that was actually on the bottle. I don't know if you can tell right here, but no, you can't tell right there. But here maybe, you see the 80? That usually signifies the year of the bottle. So again, it was in pretty good condition. The bottom was a little bit blurry, which I did mention in the listing. But yeah, that was a really good flip. It took about 3 weeks to sell. I paid $2.25, so I probably profited about $85 from this, and it did not take long to sell. I listed it on February 14th. So, right? That was a pretty good sale. So if you see these Korean, not these Korean, but these Coca-Cola bottles, definitely check it up, especially if they're in really good condition, right? Second sale I want to share with you is this Talbot's women's Pima cotton blouse. Now, I don't really sell Talbots anymore. I used to buy them a lot because I would find them a lot brand new with tags, but I noticed it's really slow moving, except if you price it really cheap. And it's funny, if you go into a Talbot store, the prices are ridiculous. But the it does not maintain its resale value, not on eBay. So, um, but when I saw it, I thought it was a cute shirt, right? First of all, the size was awesome. It was an extra large, which is a good size to sell. It had like gold colored buttons on it. It was a really cute shirt, and I paid $3.99 for it. And I figured I was gonna sell it. I think I had it at $29 in the beginning, and I gradually dropped it. If you notice, it was on sale here. I think I put all my Talbots on sale because they're not really moving, and this was the only one that sold within that sale. I will be putting them on sale again soon. That is one of the perks of having a store, right? You can put specific brands or items on sale. But yeah, so funny enough, I took off $1.25, 5% off, and somebody popped on it. I've had this item for, I think about listed for about 10 to 11 months. Let's see. Yep, April 25th, 2017. That's how long it took to sell, which is crazy. Um, but yeah, I would say I made about $15 profit when all is said and done, right? With all the fees and the shipping, maybe a little bit more, but that's what I got. And it's funny, one of the reasons I picked it up too is Pima cotton, which is kind of like a higher quality cotton. If you find like men's dress shirts and it's Pima cotton, it's usually, especially if it's a good brand, you're usually gonna get a little bit more for it. But man, this thing still took 10 to 11 months. So I'm not a big fan of Talbots. It has to be pretty unique and probably new attack for me to pick them up. All right, next item I want to share with you is, oh, this was a quick flip. I picked these up. Let me see. Yep, I just listed them recently, March 6th. So I know I picked them up not that long ago. The first one I saw was this Skeet Shoot, the yellow one on the top, and the color of it told me that it was vintage. So I was gonna pick that up, but then I noticed the other two. They're all the same brand, Tiger, and they're all 1987 games. Now they did not fetch as much as I thought they would. When I came on, I noticed they're going for average about $9-10 on eBay. So I decided to lot them together and it took about 3 days, I think it took to sell. So, that's not a long time at all. I paid $6.75 for the lot. It was going for $2.25 each. So I probably made about $15 on those, which is pretty good for 3 days. So yeah, if you see these, especially if you see them in a lot, even if you see them singles, it can be a really quick flip for you because if you check the soles, they're selling like crazy. It's just that they're not really high value. Maybe at Christmas time, the holiday seasons, you might get more for them. But for now, yeah. So that's on you if you want to buy them as a single and flip it for $10. If you get them really cheap, why not, right? So the next item I want to share with you is this is cool because I've had this item for a long time. I've had this item for about 10 months. Now, why this is pretty cool is I picked up a Harley Davidson lot last year early for $100. This was part of the lot. So it was a Harley Davidson saddle, a Harley Davidson women's jacket. It was a really nice jacket. It looked mint. It was a teal and black color. It had the armor on the elbows and just a really nice jacket. The women's jacket looked pretty much mint. And the guy was asking $100 for the Harley Davidson saddle. It was a leather saddle. He was asking $30 for the jackets each. I talked him down. I bargained with him until he gave me the whole lot for $100. And I sold the saddle. That was the first thing I sold. I think I sold it within the first month of buying it, maybe the first 2 weeks or so. And I sold the saddle for $175. So I made my money back right then. But then after a while, I took a best offer on the women's jacket for $150. So that was all profit, right? And now this one, I believe why this one took a longer time to sell, this is not genuine Harley Davidson. This was actually custom made in Korea, which is what the guy told me. But it was really nice. It had a reflective that gray on it is actually reflects, in the nights and in the night lights and stuff like that. It had a nice elbow patch, nice design. So it had these leather strips on it. So it was a pretty cool jacket, and it's the kind you can wear in winter. You can wear it also in like the fall season when it's not too cold. So it's really nice. And I think that's why it took so long to sell. I was not gonna waver on that price. It was really well made, believe it or not. And I finally sold it. It took about 10 months, but it was worth it because this is all profit for me. Because like I said, I already made that money back on that haul. So, yeah. So the next item I want to share with you is now, this was another item I took forever to sell. It's an indoor antenna, vintage indoor antenna. Um, I picked this up at a garage sale for $5 a long time ago. Let's see. I listed this on April 5th, 2017. So what? Probably took about 11 months to sell. And I really believe because I'm listing every day, I'm selling some of these items now because it's like they weren't visible before. It's crazy how eBay works, how their algorithm works. Um, so yeah, I didn't make much on this. I paid I'm yet to ship this item out actually. So I paid $5 for it. I have no clue what it's gonna be for shipping, so I pretty much made my money back on it. Um, yeah, and I listed for parts not working. That's probably why too, because there was somebody selling one for about 40 something dollars when I listed this. I remember seeing one for 40 something. But just because there's no way for me to test it. And the girl, she said it's working. She said her granddad took care of his stuff very well. So she's pretty sure it's working, but I wasn't sure, so I couldn't list it. I prefer to list it for parts or not working than have it returned. So yeah, it wasn't the best buy for me. I mean, if you find one of these in mint condition or brand new, sure, right? Or if you know how to test it, definitely pick it up. Um, so the next item I want to go to is okay, this is a lot of J. Crew pants that I saw in the thrift store. They were all right there next to each other, so of course I'm gonna lot them up. They're all the same size, the same style. And they were different colors, so that was awesome. Now, what I did, I paid $17.98 for the lot, right? So I average about $4.50 each. I've had this for a while too. I really thought this was gonna sell faster because J. Crew is a decent brand, but I guess I priced it too high, which I do a lot. But I went to all the way I think to $99. I might have priced it. And it's funny, I had a washer the first day, but it didn't sell. So since look, March 20, 2017, that's a long time. But sometimes I come back to these listings, sometimes I don't. I did drop the price gradually at one point, but it has been at $78.99 for a long time. But recently I put a few things on sale, a few brands on sale, and I'm guessing this is one of them. I wasn't even, I'm now seeing that this was one of the items that was on 5% sale. So somebody, cashed in on that who wanted these pants. And I would say I made about $50 profit. It did take a year to sell, but when all is said and done, with the fees and the buy costs, I probably made about $45-50 on that. So a lot works, but you want to price right as well. I'm just stubborn. So guys, next item I want to share with you is now I recently picked this up. You might have seen this in my second to last haul that I did. But when I came home, I noticed there was a damage to it. Like on the arm, it's an Affliction men's thermal. It was used. You could tell it had signs of wash, but people love Affliction. Affliction sells really well and for good money. But I noticed the cuffs, like the arm, it was pretty like worn, torn, right? So I was like, but then I knew it's Affliction. Somebody's gonna buy it anyway. So I decided, you know what? I just want to move this now. I think I could have done 1999 and still have somebody buy it because, for people that are into this is a cool design, I guess. It had the Afflictions logo right under the arm and the back, which is pretty nice too. And it was a good size, right? 2XL. So, but I was at the point where, you know what, I want to get this, move it fast. I'm kind of getting in that zone where I want to move stuff fast, so I probably will be pricing better or lower. Um, it does work in my favor a lot though when I price high. But yeah, so I paid $4.99 for this, and it took about a week to sell. So I pretty much made my money back when all is said and done. I don't think I made anything, maybe $1 on this. All right. So the next item I want to share with you is, guys, you might have remembered this too from a haul vid that I did probably within the last month and a half or so. This was a Biker's Edge Coast Guard jacket, right? So I had this listed and I had it priced at $69. And recently I realized I still have this jacket, and I'm like, wait, I thought this jacket would have been sold by now. So what I did was I dropped the price to 64, but what I noticed was this picture was my first picture. This was the display photo on eBay. And that wasn't my plan. My plan was to always show this one. But I guess I forgot to do that. And this was the one that was shown. But I think this one definitely, gets people attention even more. So I not only did I change it from 69 to 64, but I also put this picture as the display pic, and it sold, I want to say, a day after I changed it, or 2 days tops. So that was pretty good. I paid $6.99 for that. It took about a month and 2 days to sell altogether. Yep, February 8th I listed it. So it took about a month and 2 days to sell. I would say I made about $50 profit on that when all is said and done. Right? So that was a good sale. Next I want to share with you is this sculpture green marble stone by B. Austin Gallery. So I picked this up a while ago when I was trying out artsy stuff. But you know what? I've given up on it. I don't know about them much, so I could get lucky, but I could also hold on to a lot of things for a long time, which I've done when I first started selling. Oh my goodness, I had so many stuff that I had no business buying. But I was following what is her channel? Man, I was following this particular reseller's channel, and she knows her stuff when it comes to vintage stuff. But I was just out there buying anything that looks vintage, which wasn't a good, so stick with what you know, I guess. Yeah, it's good to learn a few things on the side, but, stick to your strengths, right? And for me, it's clothing. So, I've had this for a long time too. March 17, 2017. Man, that's crazy. That's a year. Over a year, right? I paid $10 for this, so I really didn't make a whole lot because it's heavy too. I think when all is said and done, I probably made about $15. So it took me a year to make $15. Not worth it, right? Yeah. I did see somebody. The reason I picked it up, though, there was one other person that had it listed, and they had it listed for $70 something. So, of course, I listed along that same line. I went right underneath that person. I listed it for $69. I've had watchers for this thing, but nobody was buying. So I constantly, gradually dropped the price. But it has been at this price for a very long time because I even forgot about this item. It's when it sold recently, I was like, oh yeah, I still have this. So, I mean, if you're into, holding on to stuff for a while, or maybe you never know, the right buyer might come across right after you list it and pick it up. Or if you got it cheap, definitely. Like for me, I paid 10, sold for 44. If that was a quick flip, that would be worth it. But for a whole year, it wasn't worth it. this is what it looks like here. So it's B Austin. So guys, if you don't know about something, like I didn't know anything about this, but because it had this information for me to check up, that's what I do, right? So that's something you could do if you don't know much about a particular thing, but it has the brand or the year or whatever. That can definitely help you in searching on eBay for it. So last but not least, guys, this shirt. Again, another recent haul that I did. You might have heard me say, I don't know, maybe it's a soccer shirt, and I just kind of dismissed it. So I came off and I didn't do good research on this. I just did a quick research and noticed they're going for like $40, $50. So, me I like the price high. I went for $89. Guys, I listed it at night and I woke up the next morning and saw that it was sold. Now, when I sell something really quick, I'm excited, but I'm also, did I underprice it? I'm also questioning, right? So I'm thankful for the sale, but when I sell something really, really fast, I'm like, So guess what I did? What I should have done first, I did after. I did a research on it. I'm like, wait. And what I found out was the ones that I saw that went for 40, 50, number one, their condition was terrible. You could tell it was really worn. And two, they weren't identical to this one. They were similar, but I did not, man. I'm happy for the sale because what? I paid $2 for this shirt. $2 for this Los Angeles Galaxy. And what I found out, my husband was telling me, is that they won some championship years ago in LA. So it's a pretty sought after thing. So if you see this, I'm sure there's other merchandise, not just t-shirts, but definitely pick it up. So I'm happy for the sale, don't get me wrong, but this was a $200 shirt. This was a $150 shirt. So that person snatched it up, you can't blame him, but the condition was excellent. It's like you won't see one in this condition on eBay right now. So that was a good score altogether. I'm happy about it. I just hated that I didn't do really thorough research on it. And you see, that's a vintage Nike logo right there. So there you go. I've learned something. I've learned to take some more time, research, make sure I'm finding an exact match if I want to price accordingly. And I even saw somebody have one for like $300. All of them have washers, but mine was a steal, right? So guys, those are my 10 items I wanted to share with you today. So my takeaway would be list every day. You see how many items I've shown you that I sold, that I've had listed for a while? I've had some more that sold that is not in this video. But and I really think I really credit listing every day. I don't think it's a coincidence, like since last week I've started, but it's picked up even more since I've been listing every day. So keep hustling, guys. Keep working hard. eBay, the freedom of eBay is amazing, but you gotta put in the work, right? And you'll see amazing results. I'm already starting to see results. I've been doing eBay on and off for about 4 years now, but I've started taking it a little bit more serious within the last year. But even with that, I wasn't being disciplined with listing, and that's what I'm trying to own in on now. So so get out there, find stuff, but list it, right? And guys, remember to be kind, hustle hard, but have fun while doing it, right? So have a good day. I will talk to you guys soon.